Ladies and gents, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys have all been doing well. So over the past few weeks, we've been seeing a ton of money going to those Metaverse token projects, but it looks like now we're finally seeing a pullback in the market, seeing some trend lines coming back down. But in this video, I wanted to talk about what the next opportunity that awaits could be. Now, I know a lot of newer investors are so used to chasing that pump. We're going to be going over some very strong fundamental strategies that you need to know in order to save money and make as much as you can in the market today. Now, with that being said, before we hop into this video was sponsored to us by Crypto.com. Shout out to them for sending over some swag. Crypto.com actually has over 10 million users. They recently onboarded Matt Damon to be a representative of their brand as well, and they give you access to the Crypto.com Visa debit card. Now, with all that being said, the global crypto market cap for today is sitting at $2.61 trillion after Bitcoin had a little bit of an impressive bounce just last night, even after having some struggling days throughout the week. Earlier today, Ethereum also did experience a small breakout, now sitting at $4,300, with other altcoins having mixed percentage gains in the last 24 hours. If we go into the top 24% gainers, you'll notice that Gala is still up on our list, even since last video, where they're up 143% in the last 7 days. Bora is up 23%, Chili's is up 20%, and Sandbox is up 19.73%. Now, if we click on Sandbox, you'll notice that there is a countdown timer right now regarding how many days they have until the airdrop 10 alpha pass, which is coming out in about 13 days. Now, since my last video talking about whether or not there were still existing opportunities within the metaverse, you'll notice that Sandbox has really been struggling. It did come out to an all-time high of going near $8.44, pulling back down to under $6 at $5.89 to currently even right now sitting at $6.08, still under the $7 price target. Now, what we did say it did come into fruition, and that is off basic principle that Sandbox had just moved way too much in a short period of time and a correction was overdue. Now, oftentimes when you see any crypto, any stock, any investment making these type of wild gains based on news of an event that is still yet to come, you want to be very wary about the positions that you enter, and sometimes holding on to cash or holding your money into USD is still going to be profitable than investing near the top of any volatile asset. Now, if we take a look at Google Trends and take a look at the metaverse interest over time, you'll notice that the height of this was actually on October 29th, during when Mark Zuckerberg released information about Meta. This means although the hype has not fully exited the market, there still may be an opportunity, just because if we do get any more concrete news from any blue chip companies, it could possibly result in another spike within metaverse tokens. Now, although we're seeing a slight pullback within the metaverse market cap and the tokens associated within this market, does this mean that there are no more opportunities left? If we take a look at the current altcoin season indicator, we're getting a 43 on this scale, which is indicating that it is indeed not altcoin season. Taking a look at the top 50 performance over the last season within the 90 days, you'll notice that Bitcoin is still up 24% in the last 3 months. With that being said, although it seems like there are more cryptos that have been flat, we have seen tremendous growth happening in other cryptocurrencies, where you'll see Sand was leading the rampage at up over 613% in the last 3 months. Shiba Inu still up 592% in the last 3 months, and other altcoins listed on the market. What this data is showing us is that if 75% of the top 50 coins performed better than Bitcoin over the last season or 90 days, it is indeed altcoin season. Taking a look into the current crypto fear and greed index, although we're not in the full red with extreme fear, we're still right near the neutral line, but still considered to be in the fearful territory. And that is just because of the current market cap and where we've been seeing with sideways action happening with a lot of the top 10 coins. Now, although the hype within the metaverse has seemed to simmer down, we're not currently in that altcoin season. The crypto fear and greed index is showing that there is some opportunity to buy. What can we expect to happen? What is another cryptocurrency that can prove to have similar gains or prepare us to make enormous amounts of profits in this market? Before we answer that question, I want to go over the volatility and some major important events that have happened within Bitcoin since the end of the summer. Now, reflecting back during the time of May within the crypto market, before we saw the collapse or the correction of the summer, this was really started when Elon Musk had decided to abandon Bitcoin, and we saw that happen through Twitter. Now, although Elon Musk did have another tweet which which did help Bitcoin go back up. And there was also the B Word conference with Cathie Woods, Jack Dorsey, and Elon Musk during the time. There was still a lot of sideways action going in the market, and it seemed like we were living in fear, according to the Crypto Fear and Greed Index, for a majority of this year. There was also a time when Binance had to go through European regulations. They were down about 8% with Bitcoin. We also did see the SEC regulation involving themselves further, and then we also did have the Delta variant that came upon more fear and news in the market. Now, it looks like going into August and starting to enter Q4, that's when we did see a bit more recovery going into Bitcoin, with a lot of political setbacks, and even having that one tremendous moment in history where El Salvador declared that they would begin to add Bitcoin as legal tender. Now, as soon as El Salvador made that statement, we noticed Bitcoin took a strong tumble down, and it seemed like we were in another extremely fearful month. Going into September, if you guys were holding even back then, you guys know how rough it was with Bitcoin collapsing back down, going under $50,000 until the start of October. So I do believe it was the 1st of October when we really had a lot more high momentum moves going into Bitcoin. We had the ETF news coming about, actually being the main catalyst for a lot of theories behind why Bitcoin and other altcoins started to rally so much harder. You'll notice that TradingView put Bitcoins ignore the bears to bust through $57,000. The Bitcoin futures buzz also quieted down, which resulted in Bitcoin going down in price. We did see the welcome to Miami, where Miami made history as the first city to hand out free Bitcoin as a dividend on its very own city crypto. And then right here is when we really began to hear about Bitcoin's activation with Taproot. This is another upgrade that Bitcoin had mentioned before we start to see a collapse in the price and the bounce back, which we're currently seeing now. Now, the reason why I believe a lot of this is important to reflect upon is because the crypto market is still determined very heavily by current events and what we're seeing in the news. The big things that are up in the air right now is going to be tax regulations. It's going to be what President Joe Biden does within the infrastructure package, because a lot of people are still keeping their eyes set on that. We're also looking to see if there will be any future regulations and when China's next ban of Bitcoin mining will happen next. Now, regardless, the silver lining between even taking a step back is, one, we've come a long way since the beginning of this year in all that we've experienced within the crypto market. I don't know about you, but I really do feel like we have much more stability and we have a stronger foundation within the crypto space, especially with the fact that we're seeing way more VCs getting involved in the fund, and we're having more than your average retail investor who is just YOLOing their money into Doge or Shiba or any other meme coin. We're actually seeing a lot more action going into utility function crypto projects that involves things like the Metaverse. Now, with that being said, what can we do to prepare next for another parabolic move to the upside? So it looks like a lot of the top cryptocurrencies haven't been experiencing a huge jump in price. What I want to refer next to is going to be the money flow in crypto. So now that we've seen Bitcoin have its move, we then saw large caps, mid caps, low caps getting that. We're going to see this cycle actually occurring. And right now, I do believe that we're going to start seeing a lot of money going into lower cap altcoins. Now, there will be some exceptions, just like Terra Luna, as you see here, which is up about 38% in the last 7 days, or up 12% just today. Taking a look into DeFi Llama to get a better idea of how much money is locked, you'll notice that the TVL is still standing at about a $275 billion amount. Taking a look at the TVL for Terra Luna, you'll notice that we're still getting some good price action into the total value locked with this asset. This means that although Luna is at an all-time high right now, $59, I wouldn't be surprised if Luna ends up even reaching $70 to $80 in the short term. Now, this is why it's so important to make sure that you have positions lined up right now to be ahead of the curve. I do believe it's going to be other micro-cap Metaverse tokens in the short-term play. Now, if you guys have been following my channel, you guys know that I'm not a huge proponent to microcaps. Yes, there is a lot of high upside with them, but you also do carry a lot of risk, and you're going to have to use different exchanges that you may not have heard before in order to even have access to trade some of these assets. So right now, I do believe that we're going to be in a transition period between seeing the money going from large caps to mid caps, and then we're going to see another altcoin pump with a lot of the lower caps as well. Arguably, we are within that right now, because if you take a look at the biggest gainers, oftentimes these are going to be those tiny microcap dog water dookie coins that are going to have 3-digit price increases within a single day. Now, I know a lot of these projects can be very tempting to go in, but you also have to realize the downside is strong. So just as amazing as the top gainers can be, always take a look at the top losers, because you can lose just as much money as you first make it. And that is going to be the name of the game within the crypto market. And you don't always have to abide by the major volatility, but you do just have to keep in mind and know the risks associated before investing your money. Now, for me personally, I've always been more of a conservative investor. I like to average in, I like to hodl, but after having some recent conversations with some of other researchers and just doing a more deeper reflection on my own portfolio, I've come to the understanding that right now with the state of the current market and having a prediction on where the next altcoin season is going to happen and where we may see the most increase in price, which I think is going to be microcap Metaverse tokens and just other smaller cap tokens that have the upside but also carry minimal risk, that is where the opportunity should lie. And, you know, it's nice still being able to make, you know, 20, 50, or even 100% in the crypto market, but it is definitely very possible for still very possible for other investors to make 5, 10, or 100x on their investment just by having your eggs in the right place. With that being said, what is the next potential 100x Sand or Decentraland? Now, for me, I recently discovered with my team a crypto project called Collect, and I believe that this has some early potential as well. What you'll notice with this project Collect is that they currently have a market cap of $7 million, which is absolutely tiny. I do also have to mention I have no positions, no bags within Collect at the moment. And this is going to be a highly risky asset right here. You'll notice that they're ranked number 3077, which is far below on the list. They have a little caution sign saying that the coin market team has not yet verified the project, so it is still very risky. But if you're looking for those early onset plays where you have a potential to make 10, 50, or even 100x back on your investment, I'm looking into Metaverse token projects that have the right VC funding, that have a good roadmap, that have licensing and partnerships with the right players within the game. And this seems to check off every box that I have on my list. So Collect came out within the last month and a half, and you'll notice that they haven't had too much price action at all, actually seeing about 20 cents during the time of filming this video. If you don't know what this project is, these two sentences describe it pretty well, and they state, our goal at Collect is to become the ultimate hub for NFT collectibles and play to earn games using licensed IPs and brands to help achieve our goals. We are delighted to announce that Collect has partnered up with Good Games Guild as well. Going on their website, you'll notice that they have some Maple Story looking little dumpling mushroom things. They also have a partnership with Power Ranger, and there's also rumors that they're going to get licensing from Naruto and Bleach as well. On their website, Collect also has a very good PowerPoint presentation, almost like a pitch deck regarding the current case study, some of the gamified collection card platforms, and where they fit in with some of the other markets that we've seen. I've had involvement within Axie as an investor and then Top Shot as an investor as well. Now, if you aren't feeling as bullish about this project, you can still go ahead onto top Metaverse coin related projects and sort them by market cap and find different projects that may fit your criteria. I think now that we're seeing some of the hype pull back between Metaverse tokens, if you're able to do further research and find those projects that have smaller market caps, don't YOLO your entire life savings into it, but have smaller positions into a diversified set of assets that you're confident in. You should find yourself being very profitable within the next altcoin phase we get. Now, I know a lot of people tend to overthink how to make money in the crypto market, but I like to keep things simple. Whenever you see extreme fear in the market, consider slowly averaging into a lot of projects that you know are going to be good, regardless of whatever price action is happening during the time. When the barometer of that switches and we see extreme greed in the market, consider taking profits off the table and be okay with understanding that you're never going to be able to fully time the top of the market. You could be a few days late, you could be a few weeks late, but the whole idea is that you're still in profit and you're able to make money slowly as the market continues to mature. If you are more of a safer conservative investment, you're always going to have other assets like Bitcoin where the upside is not as huge. You can't expect to double or triple your money with a crypto like Bitcoin, but you can find yourself doing that with other riskier projects. But just knowing the risk and the volatility associated with some of those other altcoins is really really just the major DD that you have to do. Now, guys, with all that being said, I'm super excited to see what's going to happen for the developments of the market. We do have some other additional bangers coming out in the market, and we've actually been doing pretty decent with some of our NFT buys, even right now where it seems like it's oversaturated as well. If you guys are interested in seeing videos like that, if you're interested in seeing additional content or seeing my other top 5 crypto picks, one thing to do is to subscribe to the channel. We would love for you guys to join and be a part of that Jung Nation. And in addition to that, if you guys want to get a closer look at my portfolio, see some of my buy and trades, and be a part of an amazing crypto community, go ahead and check out the Patreon link down below in the description. We are currently sold out on spots, but at the 1st of December, we are going to be opening up a lot more so many more people can join and have an opportunity to learn from the very best. If you have not yet followed me over on Instagram at CreditBrian, make sure you guys go ahead and do that. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, peace out.